Hey guys, it's Mary with the Painted Peach, and we are in a playlist collaboration. We are in video number 3 of our Folio series. We started this here journal not too long ago. There's a cat hair on it. And we are on video number 3 of it. And this is our Manilla folio that we created. And we have done everything now. If you missed those videos, you can find them in my mixed media, I believe, or paper crafting. I can't remember, but I'll link that in the description as well. But you can find that video there, and also in the previous playlist collaboration with all the ladies today. But we're going to finish this up, and we are going to add some cute little tags, ephemera and such to put in the pockets and make this fun. If you check my description, you can find all the wonderful ladies who have joined this collaboration and our wonderful host that started this, Miss Tasha, and you can find her tagged as well as the link to the playlist. So without further ado, let's get started and make some paper ephemera and have some fun. See you in a moment. All right, let me apologize in advance for my angle, and you can see my pajama pants, but you guys, I'm still working on getting this area figured out. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to get some either cardstock or maybe like a hard, let me see what I got over here. You could get like a piece of cardboard or even like a backing of your paper packs, anything like that. Today I'm just going to use a piece of watercolor paper that I have, and we are going to create like a little just a little thing to stick into a pocket. I don't know what to really call it, but we'll come up with a name for it soon. I'm just going to, all right, this is about 4 inches, so I'm just going to cut about 1 inch off of it. We'll go ahead and cut 2 of them. Heck, I'll go ahead and cut 3 of them. How about that? 4 of them. We'll have 4 of them just in case I mess up. I'm going to go ahead and lock that back so that I don't cut myself in the process of moving it around. So now I have 4 pieces of that. Now I'm going to go through and find something to use. Papers from over here. Some of these scrap papers. Let's see what we have. I cut the handles off of a bag. These are just scrap pages from what we used already. All right, here's a little lady. We're going to use this here little lady, and we are going to use her at the top of our little tag. But first, I don't want this to be white. So what I'm going to do, like if you have cardboard, it'd already be tan. So what I'm going to do is, since it's watercolor paper, I'm going to get out my watercolors. You could, of course, if you have like cardstock, you can get out your waxes or whatever like that. But I'm going to get out my watercolor. Sorry for my arm being in the way. I got to find my lovely, let me find a piece of paper to put this on. My lovely little paintbrush over here. Paint it up. We're gonna wiggle woggle it around. And then I'm gonna take my, I'm sorry y'all, I'm so not prepared for this. It's early morning. You got to see my early morning face and everything. I'm gonna take my paper towel and just dab it and get some of that off of there, so it doesn't look so, let's see if we can get it to focus here. There we go. Goodness, I'm having a struggle today. It's wanting to focus on me. Let's see. Boop, boop. Oh well, it's focusing on me. Let's see. Woo, woo. So now we have a little, let's see, woo, woo. So now we have a little, let's see, woo, woo. So now we have a little, let's see, woo, woo. So now we have a little, let's see, woo, woo. So now we have a little, let's see, woo, woo. So now we have a little, let's see, woo, woo. So now we have a little, let's see, woo, woo. So now we have a little, let's see, woo, woo. So now we have a little, let's see, woo, woo. So now we have a little, let's see, woo, woo. So now we have a little, let's see, woo, woo. So now we have a little, let's see, woo, woo. So now we have a little, let's see, woo, woo. So now we have a little, let's see, woo, woo. So now we have a little, let's see, woo, woo. So now we have a little, let's see, woo, woo. So now we have a little, let's see, woo, woo. So now we have a little, let's see, woo, woo. So now we have a little, let's see, woo, woo. So now we have a little, let's see, woo, woo. So now we have a little, let's see, woo, you know, thingy. Goodness me, where is my dryer? Set these to the side for now. All right, what did I do with her? Here she is. She's gonna be pretty flimsy, so I wanna make sure I get her on something that's a little bit harder. Let me find a harder sheet of paper. Let's just pull out one of these papers right here. This is a cardstock. I had to switch to regular video because it was not focusing well. I'm so sorry for that. It was on cinematic, and for some reason it just wanted to keep focusing on my shirt today. So sorry about that. All right, so I'm just gonna glue this onto this, and we're gonna cut around her because that's what we really want. I know I brought my glue out here, but where shall I have put it? Oh, it's over here, I think. Yes. All right, so I'm just gonna take regular school glue, and I want to make sure she is glued especially. So I'm just gonna get all down here. Get back over there. And we are going to glue her on here. Make sure her little head's glued. And then we're going to take our scissors and we're going to first I'm just going to cut the square out. And we're going to fussy cut around what we want. I'm not going like really super fussy cut, and I'm kind of going around her and leaving some space. So you can see I'm just leaving like the white outline around her. That way it doesn't have to be completely perfect, and you can tell it was a cutout. That's the look I'm going for. And we're just going around, giving it some kind of shape. And then we'll add it to our little tab. I'm gonna get this arm part down here and right here. And now we have our little lady. Now I want it to be connected to this, but I don't know if I want that much. So let's get our folio over here and let's find out where we're going to add this so we know how much we need. So do I want it here or do I want it back? I think I want it back here because this is where all the fun things are. So she's going to go in here. So I want her to be kind of hanging out of this. So she needs to be about right there. So we're going to glue her on. And we're going to decorate her a little more. I do have some pearls that I want to put around her neck because she does have pearls on. If you see, she's got pearls on, so I do want to add some actual pearls there. The problem with that is I don't have my hot glue, so we're going to have to use a different type of glue. I'm hoping that it will set in time. Now you could also color her in with some watercolor pencils or watercolors, pastels. I think I like her like this because there's enough color going on in my folio. I kind of just want her to be like this. I might add a little bit of pink to her cheeks. So what I'm going to do is get my Distress Oxide, and I'm going to try to find a brush that is clean and not wet, and just get a little bit of Distress Oxide on it and add a little bit pink if I can to her cheek. There we go. Let's see if you can see. There you go. And that is that. So we're not really going to see this part, but it's kind of plain. So I do kind of want to decorate it in case we pull it out. I know her arms are like cut off and all that, but do we want to put something on it? I think I'll put this lace sticker on there. You can get these off of Temu, whatever you want to call it. I think I got a pack of them for like really, really cheap. You could probably get them on Amazon. What's that other thing? I can't think of what it's called that everybody sells on. I'm on there too, but I haven't sold on there in a while. There we go. And then I'm just going to cut the excess. Oh, I just pulled off my necklace. That's not good. All right. So there she is. Isn't she lovely? All right, so we are going to put her back here. And she's probably going to fall apart because I really need some better glue going on, but you guys get the picture. So I'm going to push her down right there, and then we can pull her up. You know, it'll be a fun thing. You can also add like a little message down here. Like, you could get something you could write on. Say you put this on there and it had like a little notepad you could write on. I'm just going to put this in here because I think it's cute like this, just to add a little something 3D. The next thing I want to do, I have this paper from a old paper pack that has butterflies on it. I'm going to choose a few of these butterflies and we are going to cut them out, and I want them to be kind of matching my folio. So I want them to be, I think I want them to be on the back of my folio. Let's get them laid back out like I want them. I want it to go. So I'm going to get my glue, my regular school glue this time. And I'm just going to hit each one of them in the middle and lift up my wings and push down the center. Just a little fun touch, just to have it a little bit 3D if you don't plan on laying it flat. It'd be great to have it on the front like this if you want it 3D. All right, so I don't want them to be that 3D. I'm just going to push them down a little bit. And this is what we have so far. Now I want to do the little sew effect. So I'm going to get a pen that is not affected by water. I'm actually going to start at the bottom and just go straight up the center of each of my butterflies and just start doing little lines as if it was sewn straight through my butterflies. So I'm going straight up the middle of my butterflies also. So we have our little marks going through. I'm going to draw their antennas on. So I'm going to make them a little bit swirly because I like mine to be whimsical. You can make yours however you want them. So I have archival ink and I have this little makeup brush. I'm going to get my ink and just get a little bit of that on my brush, and I'm going to go around this area and kind of distress it. Cute little butterflies. Now, to add some more touches, you could get some tiny little buttons and add them onto your butterflies. Some little jewels. You can take your little uni ball pen and you can make some little designs on there. Let's see, we could put some white dots on the wings. They all have a touch of white. Right, so that is the second thing that we have done today to dress up our journal. So we have these little trading cards that I get from Hobby Lobby. They're $1.29. They are in the paper craft section, and they come in white or this brown color. And they are 2 by 3, and they come in a 25 pack. So we're going to take one of these and we're going to make something to go in this belly band that we put back here. So it can just slide right in. That is the perfect size to put there. So let's see what we can do. I would like to make something that we can write on to make it useful. So I do have some scrapbook paper that is like this. So I'm wondering if, because I've already written on some of it, wondering if I cut right along this line. Now I do have my cutter, but I'm just hand cutting it right now just to see if I can do it without my cutter. So we want to be able to write on this. So I think what I'm going to do is add it on here like a little note. We could dress it up somehow. Let's see. Let's just try some things out. Add some different thing to it. Let me see what else I have as far as scraps go. Pink. I have these flowers. My question is, do we want to add some color? We could put like this up here. Or is that too much? That might be too much. Let's just go with this. So we're going to glue this. I'm going to go ahead and take this part off. And this part off. Because we're not even going to see it. Why waste it, right? Let's see how much we need of this. I want this to be the same size as this. So we're going to cut this right above this. I need to figure out which line that is. Now we have a little note taking thingy. But that's not all. Kind of want to pull this part up. Maybe. Let me think. What do I want to do? I kind of want to make a little pull tab for it. So what if I had this little... Yes, I think that's what I want to do. I'm going to cut glue this in here. Give it to the back. I'm not even measuring, you guys. This is just all flying by the seat of my pants kind of stuff. Sometimes you just got to do that. You can invent new things, right? This is just going to be a little pull tab. Let's see how this is working. So this is going to go in the belly band. This is going to be your pull tab. So when you open, this is still sticking out. You can pull this out and write on it and stick it back in. Now I don't want that to be sticking where it's going to come out, so I am going to find something that I can put over it that it won't do that. I'm not going to pull that up, and it'll go in a lot smoother than it was and come out a lot smoother. Right, so now we can just pull that out and write whatever we want and then stick it back in there. Then when it's closed, you'll have this little tab. You could also write whatever you want on that. So that is number 3 of what we've done to our folio. Okay, so the last thing I want to work on is something for this part of our journal. Later, I may do some more things to put in these pockets, but I don't know if this is going to fit on front or I'm going to tuck it or what, but we're going to work on something to stick in this area. So I'm going to work on this paper. Let me get some of this junk out of my way. And I'm going to get out my cutting board. These are 12 by 12. So we want to cut this down to about 6 by 6. So let's go here and do 6. And we're going to cut this side to a 6 as well. To put this like this to our center line. And you would take a little bone file or whatever that thing's called. But I don't know where mine's at right now. I need this to go all the way to the center line. Not sure why it's not. There we go. This one needs to go to the center line as well. My heart rate's measuring for some reason. Must have hit the button. And it's not perfect, but we're going to go with it. All right, we're going to bring this up. And then we'll tuck this under here. And we're going to fold each side in to match. See where we're going. We're getting a little envelope. And then we're going to pull those sides back out, cut, and then lift. And then we're going to slide that in where that crease is. We're going to make a cute little envelope. We don't want that to be that way. We want it to be the correct way. We're just getting that crease right there. So now you have it to where it's pushed in. And now we have this cute little envelope that you can stuff things in. Say that you had like some ephemera you wanted to stick in there, some little charms or love notes, whatever you wanted to do. I like that. Okay. So then you could just take a cute little sticker, or you could use one of those little windy things. I kind of want to cut this down some for some reason. I wonder if I can bend it back like that. That's kind of cuter to me, but all right. Anyways, if it's, you know, full of stuff, you're going to have it being a little bit wider open. But you can wind it with one of those things. So what I want to do with this, I wanted to glue it to the front of one of these. Probably this side, because this has this pretty little thing on there. I kind of want to decorate the front of this envelope though. Do I want to put this on there? Do I want to put some cute little lace on it? What do I want to do? Now I'm going to leave it where it can wide open, and then where it can be, I'm going to later get one of those little tie things that I can put it and wrap it. I don't have one right now, but I will be ordering some. So it will be closed down, and then I can unwrap it and add whatever I'd like in here. I can also decorate this part inside so that it doesn't have, you know, white in there. I could have done that to begin with, but that's up to you how you want to do that. You could also make a little note thing to put in here, whatever your heart desires. For now, I'm just going to leave it like that. Now something so I'm going to go ahead and cut around So now we have this, we open it up, we have this, and you can stick things in there. Now let's get our folio and open it up to where we don't have anything. And we're going to stick it right in that pocket. And we're going to close it in there. And we have this little tab sticking out, which is super cute. When you open it up, you can open it up like this and put things in it, or you can pull it out and use it and then put it back. Fun. You could also put one of those little circle things with the ties, or a tab of some sort of magnet, paperclip kind of thing, whatever. So that is that, and I hope you enjoyed this today. We'll go through again and show you all the fun stuff. You can stick ephemera here in all these little pockets. Try to find some things to stick everywhere. So there's 3 pockets there. Pen holder. There is a big envelope here you can stick things in, an envelope here that pulls out. There's a little lady here that you can add little note tabs on, whatever you would like. Need to add her earring back. Here's a belly band with a little note card with a pull tab. You can add stuff up here if you want. Here's your little sewn on butterflies, and you can color the back of this so it's not white. And that's that. I hope that you enjoyed this. Go check out the description, and as always, stay